Good morning, students. Welcome to today's lesson for Life Orientation Grade 10. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your hard work and your dedication throughout this time. Today, we will focus on a very practical aspect of life orientation, what is also known as PT or physical education. The importance of physical education. Physical education is essential to the development of motor skills and the enhancement of reflexes. Physical education, or rather much known as PT, is an important aspect in life orientation. Physical education refers to the physical exercises or activities that help to keep us fit and in shape. There are different types of terms and concepts that we always speak about in life orientation or in physical education. They are the following: cardiovascular fitness. So cardio we know has got to do with our heart, right? So cardiovascular fitness means that you have a strong heart and blood vessels. When you exercise till you sweat and breathing heavily, your heart gets stronger so that it pumps the blood better through your body. Examples of cardiovascular exercise are running and fast walking, also known as aerobic exercises. Muscular strength means that you have strong muscles. Exercise that increase muscular strength include working with weights, push-ups, or even sit-ups. Endurance. And I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the word endurance because a lot of times we go through situations and we feel that we cannot go through it anymore. But then you hear the words from a friend or even a parent that you just need to endure a little bit longer, right? So endurance speaks about that you can keep going without tired or very useful for coping with hectic social life plus schoolwork. So endurance keeps you going without getting tired. It is also useful for coping with a lot of schoolwork. So it helps you keep focused. Exercises that increase endurance include long distance running and swimming. So if you now know you have 5 assignments that is due right after each other, and you feel so stressed and you don't know what else to do anymore, you can do physical exercises that would build up so that you will not get tired, that you will able to cope and to focus better. And those are endurance activities, right? So you can take a swim, for example, if you feel that way, or you can just take a run around the block. So that is endurance. Then flexibility. Flexibility means that your body can twist and bend easily without discomfort. Exercises that increase flexibility include stretching, reaching, and bending. Fitness for physical fitness means that you are healthy and strong enough to work hard, play sports, and do all the other activities that you guys enjoy. And an exercise program is a series of physical activities that you do regularly to stay fit or to stay healthy and to become stronger. So this is the types of concepts that we work with in life orientation. Also, it tells us about the different parts of our bodies, how the blood flows through our blood vessels, how our muscles need strength, and how it also loses mass as we grow. And therefore, exercises help build up this muscle again. And also, it is important to have an exercise program so that you will know that every day you will need to do this routine. It will become a norm for you to make exercise part of your daily routine, right? Many people think that they do not need exercise because their lifestyle requires physical activities or physical exercise such as walking to school, riding a bike, or because you simply struggle with your weight. Exercise is not just about weight loss or muscle gain. It is about relaxation, fun, and making a long-term commitment to improving your quality of life. Too often we exercise because we have to and hate that we have to just do it or whatever the case may be. One of the main benefits of exercise is getting high. And guys, we are not referring to a chemical high that will have negative effects. We are speaking about exercises that triggers and releases endorphins, which gives you a energetic high, right? And endorphins, I'm sure you guys heard about the word when we dealt with the physical changes in the female and the male body. So endorphins are the chemicals in your brain that help you feel calmer and more clear-headed. Physical activity is important, and here is why. So research has shown that physical importance in schools, even at home or at the workplace, is important. Just some team building can even help build you guys up. So research have shown that students who play sports are better able to concentrate and maintain focus, which has a positive impact on the academic life. This can lead to improved attainment in all other academic subjects. Regular exercise in the fight against child obesity. We all know the many problems that are associated with obesity and how important it is to lead a healthy, active lifestyle. Positive exercise habits that are implemented in childhood and adolescence will likely continue in adulthood. So, the fight against child obesity is now the parent who really realizes the problem that the child is obese, and the child also realizes that I have a problem. I am obese. It is not my normal weight. So, what can this student or what can this child do to lose weight, but also to lose weight healthily? Right? And research has shown that positive exercises contributes to a healthy lifestyle or working through a healthy lifestyle when fighting against child obesity. Then also research have reflected and shown us that students who exercise regularly have a better quality of sleep. They are therefore more alert at school and have higher levels of concentration. So I am going to agree with this statement. Exercise does help have a better quality of sleep. You are more focused the next day if you are awake and active and moving around and you've had a good night's sleep. So you'll feel active, you'll feel to interact and to participate. So your concentration span will be alert and it will be on point all the times, right? Physical exercise helps children relieve stress and anxiety. Young people today are arguably under more pressure than ever. So it is vital for them to have an outlet for the stress. So if you are suffering from anxiety or depression or just stress, it could be internally or externally, and you do not have anything to take off your mind from your current situation or the stress and anxiety or fear or even panic you are experiencing, you can start by having regular 5-minute workouts. Start by jogging. Start by running on the same spot. Anything to release that stress and anxiety that you are experiencing. And once you build up enough muscle and energy, you can take a break and you breathe for slowly for a few minutes, and you will realize that the majority of the stress and the anxiety pressure that you felt has now disappeared, right? So physical exercise therefore is good for our physical health, our appearance, our physical shape. When playing sports in groups help young people to improve their teamwork and leadership skills. It also helps to form stronger bonds between peers and promotes a healthy class dynamic. Are you guys still with me in the physical education? I know at my school, at my previous school, a lot of the kids have not enjoyed physical education. So, what are your guys' take on physical education? What do you think is physical education important at your school? That is what I'm asking. Do you think you get enough physical education at your school? Guys, good morning. Yes, thank you. There's one answer, yes. Thank you. Good morning, guys. I see you are all actively in the chat now. I was wondering where my team is today. How are you guys doing? Good morning, Ben. I see you giving me a lovely wave. Okay, we're going on to our next slide. Thank you, guys, for indicating that you are still here. A moment. Right. Different types of physical activity. The four main types of physical activity are aerobic, muscle strengthening, bone strengthening, and stretching. So, what is aerobics? Aerobics is a form of physical exercise that combines rhythmic aerobic exercise with stretching and strength training routines with the goal of improving all elements of fitness. So, aerobics is a slow form of physical exercise that is combined with a more rhythmic aerobic exercise that includes stretching and strength training to improve and to build strength, to build muscle, but also to help you relax. There we just have a little picture of some girls that is busy in an aerobics class. Strength training. As you age, you lose muscle mass. Strength training builds it back. Regular strength training will help you feel more confident and capable of daily tasks like carrying groceries, doing gardening, and lifting heavy objects around the house. Strength training will also help you stand up from a chair, get up from the floor, and go upstairs, according to Dr. Wilson. So, Dr. Wilson is also a psychologist. And he says that strength training is important because it helps us to get along with the things that we need. Strengthening your muscles not only makes you stronger, but also stimulates bone growth, lowers blood sugar, assists with weight control, improves balance and posture, and reduces stress and pain in the lower back and joints. So those are the different types of strength training. And then examples of strength training exercises are squats, push-ups, lunges, or any exercise that involves resistance from weights, right? And I think the boys are more into strength training type of exercises. But I also do know that a lot of females prefer heavy strength or intense strength training exercises to help relieve them from stress and also physical pain. Stretching. So, if you are sitting in a position right now, you can stretch your hands and you can stretch it down again. And that already would be an example of a physical stretch exercise. I hope you guys did that now. So we often overlook that use when our muscles are healthier, but again leads to a loss of flexibility in the muscles and tendons. Muscles shorten and don't function properly. That increases the risk for muscles cramps and pain, muscle damage, strains, joint pain, falling, and it also makes it tough to get through daily activities such as laying down, tie your shoes. Yes, like putting up your hand in class, that is also an example of stretching. The picture just indicates the different images of physical exercises. And there we see stretching, muscle training, weightlifting. Then we have only 5 questions as we are nearing towards the end of our lesson. Question 1. Why is physical education important? Anyone that is going to volunteer to firstly answer that question? Why is physical education important? To keep our bodies healthy, yes, that is right. Anyone else? To relieve stress? It is important because it helps you to stay focused on your academic work and also to keep healthy and fit at all times. Yes, that is important. It helps our muscles and it also helps kids that struggle with obesity. And it also prevents us from getting illnesses, right? Thank you so much. We are moving on to question 2. List one example of a muscle strengthening exercise. Thank you, Lionheart. Yes, it does help us mentally. That is important. It helps your mental well-being so that you will not have to stress and panic all the time. So with exercise, you can maintain a healthy mental state or healthy mental well-being. Then an example of muscle stretching exercise is weightlifting. Also lunges and push-ups. Anyone else with a different type of muscle strengthening activity? I see raised squats, yes. Yes, it is very, very important. I'm glad someone is mentioning it. It is important that when you exercise that you not push yourself over the limit. And it is also important to firstly warm up. Question 3. Do you think physical education at your school helps you? Yes or no? So some of you guys already answered previously and said yes. Arthur, welcome back. Right, question 4. How can you improve your physical skills? Matabo raised a very important point, and it says there, yes, physical education does help you because you get the opportunity to do exercises at school if you do not have the chance to do it at home. Then also there is to exercise every day, yes. And then our last question there is question 5. Is physical exercise important if you are trained professional in sports? Give a reason for your answer. So is physical exercise important if you are a sports professional? Yes, it is important, right? Anyone else that would like to add there to question 5 as to why they think physical exercise is important if you are a trained professional in sports? Because they have to stay fit because they are sportsmen or sportswomen. Right, we are going on to the last part of our lesson, and I hope you guys are going to take in the seriousness of physical education and start off today by exercising daily to make it part of your daily routine. Yes, thank you, Matabo says. Question 5, physical education or physical exercise is important, yes, for sports professionals, because if they are not physically fit, they will not be able to excel in their sports. And also, the reason why it is important because they have to make use of various physical exercise programs with their physical therapists, and they must be prepared for what they are supposed to do. Right. Read the case study below and answer the questions that follow. I'm 14 years old and I was living with a disability. Before I had my accident, I had many friends, but they all vanished when I became disabled. It became a nuisance to my fellow students to push me up and down the stairs. I hated being in a wheelchair and didn't go to school for 2 months. The doctor said there was a chance I could walk again. I was lucky because after some time, I was able to walk again and went to school. Other kids were staring at me and saying, "Look at her. She was in a wheelchair." I was ashamed of myself, but I said to myself that I must wake up and do things for myself. I formed a support group for the youth living with disabilities, and now I am a public speaker and an activist. Everyone at my school treats people with disabilities normal now. So that is a case study about a 14-year-old girl that was living with a disability. And our questions to follow. Question 1. How did discrimination affect this young girl? So what happened to her? How did discrimination affect her? Remember in the case study we read now that she did not go to school for 2 months. So what happened at school? in a negative way. She felt like she wasn't wanted. Yes, hi Tyrese, thank you so much for your answer. She felt ashamed just because they teased her and she felt like a nuisance to her friends. So she was discriminated against based on her disability, right? And it discouraged her to go to school because she often felt like a burden to everyone. Thank you so much. Question 2. Do you think her friends were true to her when she became disabled? I would say no, because as we've heard in the case study, they all vanished after they realized that she is in a wheelchair and that she needs to be pushed around to a different classes. So her friends were not true to her in other facts. They were not friends to begin with, says Tyrese, because friends are supposed to stick with you no matter what. Lionheart says no, they were disrespectful and rude. Yes, I agree, they were disrespectful. And if they were true friends, they would have stayed with her even throughout her disability. Question 3. If you were a friend, how would you have treated her? So if you were a friend, how would you have treated this girl that was once a normal student just like you, but have now had an accident and ended up in a wheelchair? Would have treated her like family, with respect, as a normal human being, yes? Anyone else that would like to add to question 3 before we move on to question 4? I would stick by her side and encourage her, yes, also to respect her. Right, question 4. Your self-esteem plays a huge role in your identity. Do you think the student has a low self-esteem? Yes or no? We could say that she used to have a low self-esteem, yes, as she was out of school for 2 months because she felt ashamed and the discrimination became too much for her at school. So at first she had a low self-esteem, but later on she realized that she needs to wake up and do things for herself. So at the end of the day, she did not have a low self-esteem anymore, right? Then lastly, question 5, how can physical activity help this young student? Thank you to those of you that are still sending in answers to question 4. Yes, that is absolutely right. She had a low self-esteem, yes, because she was depressed, but she did not let it destroy her. Physical training often helps boost your self-esteem as well as your health, yes. So she can start by exercising, and I'm sure before she started walking normally, she had to go see a physical therapist that helped her with physio. So that is also part of physical activity, and physical activity therefore then helped her to walk again. Right. Thank you so much, guys. I have 2 links that you guys can check out. It is the one is a workout video of the cha-cha slide. So please check it out. It is very active. It is very fun. You can do it alone. You can do it in a group of people. So please check out the links below. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in every day. Please join me every weekday at 9 a.m. for grade 10 life orientation lessons. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson today on physical education and that you've come to realize the importance of physical education in your daily life. I'm going to just, before I end the video, I'll try to play the link, one of the links for you guys, but just bear with me. If I do not succeed in getting to play it for you guys, please feel free to check out the link in your own time. Is there anyone that can share with the rest of the students what they have learned in today's lesson as to why physical education is important to them? Anyone, while we wait on the video, that would like to answer what they have learned out of today's lesson based on physical education? I'm just trying to load the link for you guys. So we have now dealt with physical education, also the different types of physical education, and we also exercising benefits every aspect of our life, right? For example, our physical benefits, your muscles, your bones, and your joints get stronger. You tone your body, which means it becomes firm. So those are the physical benefits of exercising, right? Then also physical exercise can have mental benefits, such as you can think more clearly because the blood flow to your brain is better. And then also there's emotional benefits of physical exercise, which allows you to feel better about yourself and especially about your body. Okay, we're almost up and running with the opening of the link and the video. And then lastly, also, social benefits of exercising regularly is that you meet new people, you make new friends, especially when you play a certain type of sport or any type of sport, and you learn to work as a team. So those are the different types of benefits that exercising helps with. Okay, one moment. The link is just taking a bit long on my side.
Hi, sorry to interrupt, but we're not allowed to play videos anymore. It keeps getting taken, the lessons keeps getting
Okay.
taken down because of copyright infringements and stuff. So
Okay, and
yeah.
I see the video is not opening by me either, so I can just have a look at it in their own time. So guys, the link is not opening on my side, but you can check out the different types of physical exercises. And then also thank you so much once again for joining me, for tuning in every day. Thank you so much, guys, for your time and your participation. Please join me every weekday at 9 a.m. for grade 10 live orientation lessons. Please follow us on all social media platforms at Africa Teen Geeks. You can use the hashtags, and that is hashtag lockdown school. Also, if you have any school related queries, feel free to contact me via email at moseschanel19@gmail.com. Thank you so much, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank